Good morning guys and happy Monday. I thought I would go ahead and just get ready with you guys on camera this morning. I just took a shower. If you guys saw, I woke up pretty early this morning to go to work out at Orange Theory, and I never do that. I am not an early riser at all. I hate waking up early. I just love my sleep. I'm a sleepy girl. So that was really hard for me, but I have been trying to push myself outside of my comfort zone, and that is definitely outside of my comfort zone whenever I have to wake up early to work out. I don't know, it's just hard for me, but I enjoyed it. I am glad that I did it. I feel super productive now, and I just feel like it was a really good start to my day. I feel awake and I feel energized. So I'm glad that I did it. I don't know if I could do it like every day. I know there's some people that literally do like 6 a.m. workouts every day. Kudos to you if you do that. I need my sleep. I just cannot do that every day. But I'm just putting on some pretty natural makeup right now. I'm starting off with, this is the L'Oreal Infallible Matte Lock Primer. I love this stuff. I wear this every day. I forgot to wet my beauty blender every time. And I've actually been doing something different lately. I have been going in with concealer first and then putting foundation over it. Today I will be using the Infallible Full Wear Concealer by L'Oreal. I like this stuff. It's pretty thick though, so if you like a more natural concealer, this one's like pretty full coverage. But I don't know, I like it. I actually just ordered a bunch of new makeup and I'm pretty excited about it because I haven't ordered new makeup in so long. By the way, I'm doing my makeup in this viewfinder, which is probably not a good idea because I can't really see what I'm doing, but I'm just gonna hope for the best. But yeah, I just ordered a bunch of new makeup and I'm hoping to film a like makeup haul slash get ready with me so that I can use all the products at once. I ordered some new concealer, bronzer, blush, highlight, some lip products. I think that's it. I wanted to order foundation, but I ordered this online and I hate ordering foundation online. I've done it before and the shade just like was not right for me. I need to be there in person. By the way, this concealer is going to look white on my face because it is white. It's just for highlighting. I don't really have like a lot of blemishes to cover up. I mainly just use concealer to conceal my under eye bags and just to conceal my redness. I have a very red pigmentation to my skin. That's just how I am. People always think I have like allergies or something, and I don't. When I don't wear makeup, my skin looks super red, and it has been like that my whole life, and I just got over it. I used to not be able to go anywhere without makeup, but now I just don't really care because that's just how my skin is. I know that it kind of like almost looks like irritated or something, but it's not. It's just how my skin is. I know there's a lot of people out there that have that same problem, so comment down below if you have red skin like me, because I know the burden of having red ass skin. Okay, I went ahead and moved my mirror over in front of me, so if you see me looking that way, I'm looking at a mirror. But while I'm getting ready, I thought I would kind of update you guys on how school and virtual learning is going. It's going pretty well. We did just receive news though that we are thinking about, my district is thinking about phasing in preschool through 2nd grade in a hybrid model to test it out. And if that goes well, then they'll start phasing in the older grades. So they are thinking about starting that, I think like the 2nd week of October. They're coming out next week with the official start date. But yeah, so that means I will be in phase 1, which means I will be going back to school in person very soon, which is so crazy because I mean, for the longest time, people were saying they thought this virtual learning would go all year, if not like at least to January. I always thought that we would go back soon. I mean, I was always saying, I feel like we'll go back in October, but most people were pretty doubtful. So I'm excited. I'm a little nervous. I'm not excited to wear a mask all day, every day again. I have been loving working from home because I can just relax at home. I can sleep in. I don't have to wear a mask. And so that I'm going to miss for sure, but I'm really excited to get in the classroom and see my kids and just have those like face-to-face in-person connections with kids again. So I don't know, mixed feelings about going back. I'm about to put on some powder. This is the L'Oreal True Match powder, and I just take this with a dry beauty blender. I just get some on it and then I pat it in and set mainly under my eyes. I set my nose and my T-zone because that is what gets greasiest, I would say. I set my eyelids because I hate eyelid creases, even though I still get them. I set my smile lines because I always get creases right here, my smile lines, and then I just lightly set the rest of my face so that my bronzer and everything can go on smoothly. I just started doing that step and I really like it. And then I take just a powder brush and I just kind of wipe away any of that excess. But anyway, so yeah, I would say virtual learning is going well. I have my days where I feel like it's not going well, but I mean, for the most part, my kids are doing really great, and I tell them every day that I'm like blown away by how independent they are and just how, I don't know, they've just been working so hard. They log on every day. For the most part, I have all my kids there every day, and I just think that's really incredible for 7 and 8-year-olds to be attending online school. And you know, a lot of them don't have great home lives or families to motivate them to go to school, so it's a lot of them just go to school on their own because they want to. And I just have a really sweet class. I really love my class this year, and I'm so excited to meet them in person and just form those relationships in person. By the way, I'm going in with some bronzer now. This is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This is one of my favorite bronzers. I did just order another bronzer though. I ordered the Hoola bronzer just because I've never tried it out actually before, and people rave about it, so I really wanted to try it out. So yeah, I would say my worst day was last week when I was teaching, because I was trying to teach addition and subtraction, and I have a few kids that don't even know their numbers very well, and when we were trying to count on a number grid, he couldn't even count from like 1 to 3. So you know, that's always hard, but in person I can sit down with him one-on-one and we can go over our numbers together. And so I was trying to go over the numbers with him on the screen. I was trying to share my screen with him and show him, you know, what I was doing and have him copy me, but he just wasn't getting it. And it was the most frustrating feeling because I just felt like a bad teacher. Like I just felt like I wasn't helping him. I just felt like I wasn't there for him in the ways that I could have been if we were in person. So that was definitely a hard day. I just realized that day that virtual learning is definitely not the best. And so that was hard, but I mean, we have really good days. We have our days where I feel like, you know, they're just doing so well and they're learning, but I don't know. I just have mixed feelings about it. I'm just excited to go back in person because I feel like I will be able to teach so much better. I am going in with some blush. My first hate comment I ever received on my YouTube channel was about my blush. Some girl commented, "Oh honey, your blush." I was like, hey, I like my blush, okay? I don't know. I've lately been into making it a little bit more dramatic, but because, and if you feel me on this, comment down below, blush goes away so quick. I feel like it like rubs off. It just doesn't set to where it lasts all day. I don't know. I've never had a blush that lasts all day to where at night my blush is still like on point. I feel like in an hour my blush will be gone. So I really pack it on so that it'll stay on. This is the Butter Blush. in shade Saucy Mauve. I really like this too because it has almost like a shimmer to it, which I like because it's almost like putting highlighter on your cheeks too. I don't know. My blush is a little extreme, but I like it. So, haters gonna hate. I don't do this every day, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to do it. I'm going to put on some highlighter. I am using this Becca highlighter. This is in the shade Moonstone, and I am out. I am literally down to the last little bit. So I just ordered another Becca highlighter, but I ordered the Champagne Pop highlighter, which was a part of the Jaclyn Hill collab a couple years ago, but that is by far my favorite highlighter. I used to have it, but I ran out, and then I bought this to try it out, but I still prefer the Champagne Pop, so I'm really excited to get that in the mail soon. I usually just put highlighter on my cheeks. I've been bringing it to like the apples of my cheeks because Jaclyn Hill told me to do that, so I do it now. And I usually put it on like my eyebrow bone and my cupid's bow, my nose, and the corners of my eyes. It's just like really quick, and it makes it look like you put in more work than you actually did. Next up, I sometimes do this step. I'm going to do it today. I use the same bronzer that I used on my face, and I take this is a MAC eyeshadow brush, just like a fluffy eyeshadow brush, and I just dab it in there, and I put a little bit in the crease of my eyelid. It just adds a lot. It's so easy, but it just adds so much definition, and it looks like you tried really hard. It looks like you actually sat there and like worked hard on your eyeshadow, when you can see not working hard. And then I dab it, and I put a little bit under my eye too. I love a smoky under eye. I think that's such a cute look, but I mean, this looks like I put more work in than I actually did. And it especially looks good in the summertime. I mean, like when you're tan, just adding that bronzer, adding a little bit dimension. And next, I usually just comb through my eyebrows. I don't do anything fancy on my eyebrows. I went through a phase of filling in my eyebrows, and I look back and I hate it. I don't know why I did that. It's just hard with me because I have blonde eyebrows. They're like a dirty blonde, so they're kind of dark, so it's not like they're hard to see, but when I fill them in, it makes my face look so masculine. I just don't like the look of like defined eyebrows on my face personally. I'm always jealous of other women who have super strong defined eyebrows, but it doesn't look good on me, at least any way I've ever done it. Maybe I need a professional to do it on me, but I just like my eyebrows really natural, and that's just how I like it. I usually just take like a spoolie. This is just an eyebrow pencil from L'Oreal, but I don't actually even use the eyebrow pencil side. Sometimes if I'm going out and I'm doing like a crazy makeup look, I'll kind of define the edges just to give me, I don't know, just a more defined eyebrow with the look. But when I have a natural look going on like this, all I do is just comb through them, and I comb them up so that my eyebrow hairs are a little bit more like fluffy looking, if you know what I'm saying. But I'm trying to grow my eyebrows out. I usually get my eyebrows threaded, but I haven't got them threaded since Corona hit and all that. So I'm trying to grow them out, and I've just been tweezing the sparse areas. Next, I am just going in with some mascara. This is the Benefit Roller Lash Mascara. I love this mascara. I've been on a kick lately of trying out different mascaras, and I really like this one. And that is pretty much it for the makeup. I keep it really simple, really natural. Some days I just top it off with some chapstick. Other days I will top it off with lip liner. I love this lip liner. This is the Rimmel London lip liner in the color Easton Snob, number 63. I don't know. I really like it. It's kind of like a similar color to my lips, but a little bit darker. So I'll just line my lips to just like accentuate them a little bit. And then I'll fill it in just a little bit. I don't go crazy. and it just gives my lips a little bit of extra color without looking like I'm wearing 3 layers of lipstick or anything. So yeah, that is the look. And I just washed my hair last night, which I kind of regret because I worked out today and it got my hair a little sweaty and a little dirty, but I mean, it still looks nice and fresh, which is good. I just always regret working out whenever I have fresh, clean hair. But yeah, I'm not sure. I might just put a few waves in it. I have very thick, big, poofy hair, if you can't tell. So last night I had to put a blow dryer through it, which helped a lot. It helps kind of tame my hair. Otherwise it would be way more poofy than this and curly, because if you can see underneath, well, underneath here, it's a little curly. I blow dried it, so it's not as curly anymore. But yeah, I think I might just keep my hair how it is, just because I'm feeling lazy and I don't feel like going and putting curls in it, and it looks fine the way it is. And yeah, so I am about to go hop on Zoom with my kiddos, and I will take you guys with me. So I thought I would go ahead and show you guys my plans for the day. If you guys have seen my week in my life, the first week of school, those vlogs, I show you guys a lot of my plans and you guys seem to really enjoy it. So I'll go ahead and show you my plans for today. But this might look familiar to you. You've probably seen this screen before. I keep this same home screen every time. I just obviously change the day of the week, the date over here, and the question of the day. So we go over this slide every morning, and then we move into our morning GIFs, is what I call them, or GIFs, however you say it. And they can't play it when I'm not in presentation mode, but they just have these funny GIFs of reminders: stay seated, keep iPad plugged into charger, stay focused, work hard, keep a positive attitude. And then we move into our morning announcements. So we have some pride promises is what our school uses, and we go over these every day, and the kids, we use like a call and response, and the kids say these back to us. And then over here I have our morning announcements. I click this link and it brings me to my principal and assistant principal. They make a video for every single morning, and it just has really fun morning announcements in it. Then we go into our class teams and we talk all about why we have class teams, how we can earn points. These are some ways that they can earn points. And then these are some rewards. They can earn dance parties, extra breaks, free time, technology time, and lunch with Miss Campbell. Then we move into our share time. So they always answer the question of the day first. Some of them usually want to share a quick thought with the class. And then we always go over how to be respectful to others while they are speaking. Then we have reading first, as always. We always go over our learning goal. Today's learning goal is I can listen and respond to a story using constructive conversations and participate in discussion groups. So we went over an anchor chart, which I'll show you. So I made this anchor chart super late last night. Don't judge my drawings, guys. I've told you before, I am no artist. We are talking about making connections to books, so text to text, text to self, and text to world. So I will go over how we can make different connections to text when we are reading, and then we are going to read a book. Then I hyperlinked a book right here, so I'll click that. It will lead us to a book that we will read online. And after we read the book, we will come back. This is the book we read, Hurricanes. We will come back and have a constructive conversation. So we'll talk about the book, the title, the author, if it's fiction, nonfiction, and what connections they made to the book. If we have time after reading, I always like to have time for independent reading where they can practice their reading stamina. And that means when they can read as long as possible with no interruptions or me having to correct them. So this is the little reading tracker over here, and I usually just put an X right here in this box when they've been reading for 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes. Then we actually have counselor at 9:30 today. So we will come back, have our counselor join us on our Zoom, And then after that, we have writing. So we are learning how to write a narrative today, which I'm really excited about. So this is new to the kids. So I will first talk about narrative writing and what it is, and we will go over that. And then we will talk about our writing checklist, which is just using capital letters, punctuation, all that stuff. And then it'll be their turn to write. So they will have to write a personal experience they've had with a storm. This was just the prompt that was in the curriculum. I didn't make it up. And I have a little example I'll go over here with them. And then I'll give them probably 10 or 15 minutes to write, and then they can share their writing. Then we have lunchtime. And when we come back from lunch, instead of math, we alternate we have science 2 days a week and then math 3 days a week. So today we have science. Our learning goal is I can compare the diversity of life in different habitats. So we will read a book called Living Things Are Everywhere, and then we'll watch a video over ecosystems. And then I call it science talk. So this is where we kind of go in and talk. It looks like a lot, but the kids don't really have to read this. This is more for me. These are prompts for me to ask the kids. So we go over the book, Living Things Are Everywhere. We go over, the difference between plants and animals and their different habitats, stuff like that. And then we have a science activity, so the kids will get to go outside and look for different living things and draw pictures of them, and they love this stuff. They love science so much. And we have our first brain break. This is our only brain break of the day because we do have such a long lunch break, and we have a break away from a screen earlier in the morning. So this is our only brain break that we do, where we actually do like a Go Noodle video and activity. So I just hyperlinked a Go Noodle video to this text right here. So I just click the text and it brings me to a Go Noodle video. I choose a different one every day. Then after that break, we go into Foundations. Foundations is just our phonics curriculum that we use. And after Foundations, they have their free choice time, which you guys have seen this slide before. They just have a may do and what they may not do. Then we end every day with our end of the day positive. So we go around and we say what our favorite part of the day was, and the kids love this part of the day. They always get so excited for it, and their answers are always so cute. And then we end the day on a dancing note. So I just play this Go Noodle dance along. I have everybody stand up, blast the music, and we all just dance it out. And then we say goodbye. So that is pretty much it. I usually plan for Mondays on Sunday. So last night I just took it really didn't take me that long, maybe 30 minutes to sit down and plan my slides for Monday. And then I also go through and write what units I'm on for the whole week. That way throughout the week it makes planning a little bit quicker. But yeah, for virtual learning, I would say there's a little bit more prep as far as like the PowerPoint slides that I have to create that I wouldn't normally have to create in person, but I have gotten to the point where I can do it really quick. Good morning, guys. Good morning. It's so good to see you guys this morning. Thank you so much for those of you who came on time. I'm so happy to see your smiling faces. Are you guys ready to have a really good Monday? Yeah? All right, everyone go ahead and take a look at Miss Campbell's screen. So when you see Miss Campbell's screen in front of you, you see our day of the week really big up at the top. Who can tell me what day of the week it says it is? And our question of the day is, do you have any siblings? If so, how many do you have? Today we're going to be talking all about making connections to a text. So there are so many ways we can connect to a text when we're reading. Some books might make us feel happy, some might make us feel sad, some might make us laugh, some might make us scared. Right? You have all different emotions when you're reading a book, right? After we read this book, we're going to come back together and have a constructive conversation over what we just read. All right, I made it to lunch finally. I am so hungry. The caffeine has kicked in because I just don't have very much in my stomach from that apple, so I'm ready to eat. The day has been going really well so far. The kids have done so great. The counselor lesson was awesome to watch, and the kids were participating and just sharing really good answers. And then actually my assistant principal came onto my Zoom and read my kids a book. It was so cute, and the kids just loved seeing the assistant principal. And now we have lunch, and when we come back, we will be moving on to science, which I'm really excited about. I love teaching science this year. It has been my favorite thing to teach, I think because the kids get so excited about it, and it's one of the subjects I find my kids are most engaged during. while virtual teaching, so I just always look forward to teaching science, and I know my kids look forward to it as well. But I'm going to go ahead and end off this vlog here since this is just a productive morning routine video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I do not always have this productive of morning routines, but I figured I would show you while I did have a productive morning. I usually sleep in as late as I can. I press snooze many times, so don't let this fool you. I don't wake up at 5 a.m. and work out every single morning, but I'm trying to do it more often because it does make me feel really good. It makes me feel way more productive, and I have more energy, I notice, if I do wake up early and work out and move my body in the morning. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I definitely would love to make more. I would love to make an evening night routine video as well, so let me know if you guys would be interested in seeing that. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up so that I know that you enjoyed it and I'll make more like it. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. It really supports my channel when you guys subscribe. So thank you again. I appreciate you all so much, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.